Peace, King. How you feeling?
All right, hold up. Can you hear me?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, what's going on, man?
Oh man, nothing major. First and foremost, I want to thank you. You definitely doing me a huge favor. It's definitely an honor to have you on the platform. And man, I'm really excited about
Hold
this
up.
interview.
Hold on. Let me turn this up a little bit. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
No, you good, you good. I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. This is another episode of Taye Speaks. We got a very special guest in the house. Definitely representing for the West Coast, somebody that's been active in the community for several decades, still giving back, still contributing. You done worked with a lot of legendary people. So for the viewers who may not know, could you let them know what your name is and definitely where you from?
My name is Melvin Farmer. I'm from Los Angeles, California. I'm a civil rights activist, former gang member, did over 30 years in prison. Uh, was around when the Crips first started. Survived it. I've been in this game 48 years, and I'm just trying to give back to the community from which I come from and across the nation because I feel that these guys in the present need to know their past and what they're really getting into. I wouldn't want no child to lose their life or to get caught up in the criminal justice system as I did. And I'm just trying to give back, but I'm also trying to make my mother proud of because at the end of the day, I put it through the ringer everywhere I went. Jail, she was there. And so I'm on a lot of boards. I have a show called Hidden Corners. I'm a credible messenger. So these things I do just to give back to the community, a mentor, motivational speaker, and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Wow. Did so much. It's definitely inspiring. So, please continue the great work that you're doing because we definitely need you, King. I kind of want to go back to the beginning. So you from LA. Which particular part of LA are you from?
I'm from what they call South Central, but I'm from the West Side. We were West Side. I'm from West Los Angeles. I'm on the West Side. For instance, Tookie and them are on the West Side. I'm with them. Raymond Washington and the East Side Crips. Then you had Compton Crips. So at the end of the day, I'm off the West Side of Los Angeles. The Ice Cubes, Ice T, Dub C, Nipsey Hussle, uh, uh, a whole lot of cats come from out our little community.
Wow, that's amazing, man. You done named some of the best, and they come from right where you from. You know what I'm saying? So that's
Yeah,
definitely.
within walking distance. We were in LA Gangs Unite when Nipsey Hussle was tragically slain. I was around when uh, Tupac got killed, Biggie Small. I know those stories intimately. I deal with Reggie Wright, Mob James, quite a few I know. Michael Conception, just a group of men from growing up in this community.
Wow, those are some giants, most definitely. So I want to ask you, what was Los Angeles like back in the day, like in the '60s, growing up, especially on the West Side and South Central? What was life like for a black person?
Well, in the 60s, the West Side hadn't really been integrated. It was still whites. When I moved over there, you could be up at the park, St. Andrews Park, and Tookie and them would be at one end, and you'll have the whites playing croquet, badminton, and stuff like that. But most of those that were in LA in the 60s were East Side, Watts, Compton, the East Side, because it's a freeway that separates the East Side from the West Side. One outside, the addresses start. So I grew up seeing the civil rights movement, watching Martin Luther King get slain, Kennedy get slain, Malcolm X, the National Guards, the looting, the rioting, but I didn't recognize. I realized what I was looking at, but I didn't understand. It didn't make no difference to me at that time in the 60s. And then when the 70s started coming around and law enforcement infiltrated the Black Panthers, us organizations, these proactive groups that left a void in the streets, and that's when the Crips were developed, 1969. But they really came to prominence in 1972 when the Robert Ballou murder happened at the Palladium, which I was there. I was 14 then, and that murder was the first time that the Crips had ever been known on a public national, well, public city uh, level at that time. So in the 60s, it was civil rights. In the 70s, it started to flip the other side of the pancake.
Oh, okay, okay. Thank you for sharing that, King. So my next question is, do you know why the Crips were originally formed? What was the purpose of the Crips?
Well, I can't speak on no purpose. I can speak about our mindset on the West Side. We wasn't talking about no uh, passing out no lunches. We were more into taking lunches, juvenile delinquency, and then when the uh, Robert Ballou murder happened, uh, those on the West Side took it that that's what we do. We pull that trigger uh, through criminal act, and we were united at that time. So it was a whole different ball game. We didn't know what we was doing, as opposed, and also on the West Side they were cliques, whereas on the East Side you had the businessmen, Slawsons, Manchester Park Boys, Spook, all this. But on the West Side, since it was partially still integrating, and they had just built Crenshaw High, because other than that, all the high schools were white. So on our side of town, we didn't have guys like now, 60 some years old, 50 some years old. We didn't have nobody to look up to. Tookie Nam wasn't nothing but 18. It was not too many people ripping and running the streets because this was a underground thing at the beginning. So a lot of people didn't really know. We didn't know what we were doing. We didn't have nobody to tell us not to do. We thought we was a machine in motion to where now you have people where we can tell our story. And a lot of times, celebrities tell they past, basketball careers, entertainers tell their career. But it seems when us guys here that lived and witnessed every era, 5 generations, when we speak, it's about bragging. No, it ain't about bragging. It's about exactly what we speaking of. That's all I know. By the age of 17, I had been arrested 30 times, young man. 30. At the end of this, I done did 30 some years in prison, over 50 some arrests. I'm on parole from Georgia with 3 counts of attempted murder. I just got out of prison here. And then now I'm stuck where I'm too old to work and too young for Social